Hi, Cancer. Thank you for choosing to drop in with me. We are going to do a little dive into the energy coming towards you on your path and see how you can best greet it. This is for any significant Cancer placement, or if you are a Capricorn rising, that makes you a Cancer descendant. And we're just going to dive right into it and see what is in store for Cancer. What is the message that Cancer needs at this time? What is coming into Cancer at this time on their path, Spirit? What do you need Cancer to know? What is the memo for Cancer at this time, Spirit? All right, let's check it out. Bottom of the deck energy, Knight of Swords. Okay, there's some new beginning that you're really wanting to preserve here. For those of you that have children, you might be very focused on making sure that a child's needs are met in a situation. You might be at odds with how to move something forward. And this is getting straightened out, okay? This could be with, there's one person in the situation who feels like it's okay for the child to behave in such a way that you feel is actually disrespectful. And the other has a different concept. It's like two different minds. That's what I got here. Somebody's very old school and somebody is more like, they want their child to be able to be just kind of like free flow, creative, do, say whatever they want to say. Okay. It's like, it's very much like two different beliefs around the correct way to raise a child or what's in their best interest, but something needs to be addressed here. Could be a child's been acting out a little bit lately, and there might be a desire to get some counseling for the child or get something moving forward in a way that feels right. I feel like that's coming in for some people. For others of you, this is a case where maybe you're dealing with somebody that you feel acts like a child. You know, you feel like they're disrespectful. They never take anything seriously. And there's something you really want to move forward with here. And you have your heart set on it. It's very important to you. And you're determined. Like nothing's going to hold you back from this. And you're very educated about the direction that you want to head in. You put a lot of thought, time, energy into it, and you're sticking to your guns in this regard. And somebody's giving you pushback. That's what I got. There's like an immature person that you're dealing with. They're giving you pushback in relation to this. This person never takes anything seriously in your mind. You feel like they kind of just like skirt the issue. They put it aside. They don't make it a priority. I feel like you're bringing something forward right now where you're like, no, it's pedal to the metal time. Like you're not going to hold this up anymore. This needs to get resolved. I'm not going to be held back by this childishness, and something is effectively moving forward here. And in some cases, you may even be taking some kind of real swift action to resolve this. It's possible you could be dealing with an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in this situation, or somebody who's just sort of flighty. They're sort of impetuous, you know. They do something and they're in the spur of the moment, you know, they're just going with the flow and it makes a big mess of things. And then you're usually the one who has to come in and clean everything up. You're tired of being in that position. You have your own new beginnings you're looking to birth in your life. And I do feel like you got some idea you're really wanting to move forward with. You have your heart set on this thing and you're not wanting to deal with pushback from this person. You feel like they're kind of just putting blocks in your way. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this. I do see you're going to be successful with this. There's some action you're taking to cut off the nonsense so you can get this thing moving forward in the way it needs to move forward without all the, you know, BS getting in the way. What do we got here? Two of Swords. Yeah, you're breaking the circle on the cycle. 444. All right, you got some angelic assistance on your side. I also feel like certain things are lining up for you on your path that are getting you moving forward very rapidly. You've been waiting for this. You've just been like, give me a sign. Show me what I need to do to get out of this loop. I'm tired of dealing with this all the time. I'm tired of putting out fires. I'm tired of these constant messes. I'm tired of feeling blocked, like I can't move forward and do what I'm wanting to do in this situation. You're breaking the cycle on this, and all these barriers are getting out of your way, okay? where you've been wanting to cut yourself free from what's felt like a really negative cycle, where you have not been able to get started with something that is very important to you, you are finding a way, okay? All obstacles are being removed here, and whatever direction you're heading in, whatever you've been wanting to launch here, like, this brings success, okay? There's positive forward movement here. I feel like in some cases you're cutting the cord on what's just been some really unhealthy connections that you feel have done nothing but hold you back, you know? And maybe at one point you enjoyed having these connections, but you're starting to realize that some of these connections are ties that bind, you know, they hold you back. You've been going through a lot of growth in your life, and you're not willing to stunt your growth anymore, especially when you have to kind of like play mommy to somebody who's grown, you know. You don't need to resolve these issues for this person. It's time for you to really start to invest in yourself and what you're wanting to create for yourself. Yeah, Two of Wands, you're getting a whole new view of your future. I feel that. Like, you're cleaning the slate here. You're like, I'm not going to continue to go through this kind of drama in my life. I'm not. I want better for myself. I know the kind of new beginning I want to create in my life. I can see it. I've already been visualizing it. I've already been calling it in, and this is important to me. And I'm holding this close to my chest. I'm not willing to sacrifice this at all for anybody. And it says here, love and wisdom and victory over those who would attack you. So there's something that you are rectifying here. You know, you're cutting off the BS. That's what I got. You're not putting up with, you know, these antics anymore. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's a little immature. And, you know, you're always there to sort of like clean up after them. It's got a childlike energy. So some of you may be dealing with a child that's acting out. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is like grown ass people acting like children, and you're fed up with it. You just don't have time for it, because you're actually not invested in this anymore. You're heading in a brand new direction, and you're tired of dealing with other people's mess. When if you just drop that, if you cut it off, if you free yourself from the cycle, 744, everything aligns for you. Like, you just move forward very, very easily. No resistance, no blockages. It's because you're trying to pull things together with people, or maybe include them in something that you want to launch, or something you want to create for yourself that is causing all the holdups. Like, if they can't get on board, they can't get on board. You're moving in the right direction. It was 8:08 on the clock. So you got confirmation here. This thing, this new beginning you're wanting for yourself, this action you want to take, that's in alignment with your desires and what's important to you, you're in the right in this situation. Like, you will be backed up here. And in fact, what you've been waiting for, you can't see it right now, but it's coming in. All right. And I think it's because you're letting go. You know, you're not trying to force a fit. You're not even trying to get people to see your way anymore. Forget about it. Okay. You don't see it my way. Okay. That's on you. All I know is this is what I need to do, because it's right for me. And it's a little bit of a trust fall for you. You know, you're having to really trust that where your spirit's guiding you, what your intuition's telling you, you know, what feels right to you in your heart is the right thing. And you may be dealing with a lot of backlash. There may be a lot of people who are making you feel wrong for the position you're holding and your firm line that you're drawing in the sand here, but you are absolutely in the right. And it's because you've let go of the need for others' approval, agreement, involvement, and you're just like, look, I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I trust. I trust where I'm being led. Maybe I can't see how it's all gonna play out, but I know it feels right. And it's because you're willing to invest in this way that it all comes into alignment for you. Okay, construction of the universe helps with great works. You have protection from your adversaries. So those who would get in the way of this, those who would tear this down, those who would block you just to spite you, move, get out the way, get out the way. You're moving ahead with this, okay? And the support you need is coming in. And, you know, it may feel a bit like it's coming in on a wing and a prayer, but I really feel like all you have to do is just stay focused on what you know is true for you. And, you know, don't get distracted by this drama that they're trying to raise around you, because that's what's going to prevent you from moving forward cleanly. All right. We got the Knight of Pentacles here. Light of understanding acquires knowledge. Okay. And cures illness. Yes, it's kind of an illness when we allow ourselves to be held back by, other people's BS, when we allow them to rope us in to some drama. And there may have been a point in time when you were a little codependent with this energy. You let yourself get courted in. You would take the bait. You get hooked into it. And then before you know your own path and what you want to do and the growth you're wanting to see, everything just comes to a grinding halt. But this is not what you're doing anymore. You're like, look, if I need to burn a bridge so I can light my way forward, I'm going to do that, because I'm not going to just sit here twiddling my thumbs at the crossroads anymore. I don't have time for this. And I don't have time to put out anyone's fire. And in a way, you're really like moving yourself into a very healthy place where you're no longer needing approval or the validation of other people. You're trusting your own internal guidance and where you're being led. And this is what's really going to bring you into alignment. Okay. You're being set free from a situation where people were really trying to throw you off course. It's almost like they were making you feel like you need them. You need them. If you don't have them, like, there's no way you can achieve this. There's no way you can pull this off. These are people who willfully dim your shine or try to put you in your place or put limits on what you're capable of. And it has a lot more to do with their own insecurity and their own inability to be able to show up the way they need to show up to move something forward. Right? I feel like you're really, investing in yourself right now, and you're taking a stand for yourself. You are standing on your convictions and what's important for you. And this is beautiful because it shows that you're coming into alignment now with that thing that you've been hoping for. You're following your heart. And this is what's getting things moving forward in a way where you will find fulfillment. There's some kind of revelation coming your way. All right. There's something that comes out of this bold action you're taking where you're finally like freeing yourself from a negative karmic cycle where you just sort of put up with this drama. You're extricating yourself from it, and you're really investing in yourself and what you need to do that feels right to you and how you want to move forward in your life. It's almost like this thing where in the past you would have considered what everybody else wanted, and you would have went ahead and, taken a back seat so other people could have their desires. It's almost like you've been dealing with petulant children, okay, that are very demanding. And if you don't let them have their way, then they're going to throw a temper tantrum and they're going to create a big mess for you to clean up. And you're putting an end to this. You're like, no, you figure that out. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to figure that out. I'm not going to be held back by you just because you're not ready. You're not ready. You don't want to invest. You don't want to show up in the way you need to. Well, that's on you. Let me know when you figure it out. I'm either going to be available or not. All I know is I got to move forward in this way because it's what's right. Okay. And in the case where you're dealing with a child and there's two opposing opinions, you're not in agreement with, the baby's father, mother in this situation, and how to move forward, or another family member that's kind of inserting themselves in the situation, you really do need to stick to your guns because you are more connected in this situation to what this child's needs are. You have more insight. You've been more actively hands-on involved in this process. You're seeing things very clearly. 14:44 on the clock. You are in total alignment. You know what's needed here. And you understand that a key piece here for this child is that there's a sense of security established. They need to have a secure environment. They cannot have disruption in their environment. And whatever is going on here in this family drama, it's creating disruption in that security. And that's like a no-go. okay? And this could even be like siblings arguing that's causing a lot of problems in a situation where maybe there's somebody who's ailing, someone who's sick, okay? It's causing problems. And somebody here needs to be the voice of reason, and it's you. You know the right way to move forward in this situation to keep things on a stable footing. And where there's decisions to be made about a child, you have certain insight that others can't see. But how can they see it when they're acting like children themselves? So I think you just need to stick to your guns in this situation. You're coming to the right conclusion. You have some hidden insight here. And it's one of those things that by you just sticking to your guns and following through with this decision and no longer allowing yourself to get caught up in what everyone else thinks you should do, but just doing what you know full well you need to do in this situation, because you've been here enough times before and you're the one who's been in the thick of it. You're the one who's been hands-on in it. You are going to have something come through that really like justifies your position. I got it. It justifies your position. And there's something that you gain. There's some kind of reward that comes through this, okay? You definitely hit the mark with this action and things get balanced out in just the right way. I'm going to do a cut of the deck here. You could be dealing with a water sign energy like yourself, okay? There could be a Pisces in the mix in this situation. There could be a Scorpio in the mix. There could be earth sign energies in the mix, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be Sagittarius in the mix in this situation. Okay, these are the energies that I'm seeing on the board. I'm going to do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. The Magician. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. So yeah, it's like you got the secret insight. And you have what it takes to transform this situation and actually create that new beginning that you're wanting to see for yourself, because you understand, because of what you've already been through and your own healing work, the transformational healing work you've had to do on yourself. You already see what's getting in the way from there being this rebirth in this situation, this renewal, this growth you're wanting to see, this new beginning. You're bringing this into alignment and you're teaching others something along the way. You're schooling them a little bit. You are manifesting your new beginning and what you want to see grow in your life. And this for you is the activation of your North Node. This is beautiful. You've done a lot of alchemical healing work here. You could also be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an Aquarius in this situation, right? What is the end result of you taking this stand and taking this action? It's like the proof in the pudding. It shows how much you've grown. It shows how much insight and understanding you actually have. And if other people didn't think that this direction you wanted to head in would pan out to anything, you are going to prove them wrong. Like when you take this action, the manifestation that comes through, and also, you know, the subsequent reward. And for some of you, it's monetary reward. It's growth in some like business idea you have, some venture you have, and maybe you've been working like more in a like group setting and everybody thinks that you're off, like, nah, that's not a good idea. They might have been drowning you out. And you're like, you know what? You all are arguing about the best way to move forward with something. Meanwhile, nothing's happening here. You don't want to listen to my ideas. You don't care about my creative inspiration. Well, fine. I'll just go off and do the damn thing on my own. And you're the one who gets the success. It sort of like shuts them up. That's what I got. And on the other side of the deck here, we have Queen of Cups. I mean, look at this. You know what you're doing. Redemption serves against enemies. All right. And there's something here that's coming into alignment for you. And it could have been, you know, that you were getting interference coming from another quarter. It could have been interference from an ex. It could have been interference from, you know, your lover's family. It could have been interference from a parent who was treating you like you were a child, or others who were treating you like you were a child. Or it could be interference in how you wanted to move forward in making some very important choices that require, you know, setting a new standard of stability for a child that you share with somebody you used to be with, okay? But whatever's happening here is coming into alignment, and it's because You are acting in accordance with what you know to be true for you, and you're cutting off the BS. And I can't wait for you to have this moment of redemption, and you should feel very good about the work you have done on yourself. I hope you celebrate yourself and treat yourself a little bit, even if others are a little reticent to admit that you had it right all along. Congratulations.